Today is going to be a review of standard 4.4a, adding and subtracting decimals to the hundredths place using the standard algorithm. The standard algorithm basically just is the standard way of adding and subtracting. But with decimals, we have to make sure we line everything up by the decimal. So in this first example, they're showing us 3.2 plus 7.54. We're going to align the decimal points to allow all the digits to be lined up according to their place values. So they have kind of given you a place value chart showing where the decimal is located and showing you this line to line up those decimals. Notice you have a gap here. That gap is simply a 0. So you can fill in the trailing zeros if it makes you more comfortable before you add. Just make sure that your decimals are lined up when you are adding and subtracting decimals. In this final example, they have put the trailing 0 and they have added straight down. 0 plus 4 is 4. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 plus 7 is 10, so that 1 gets carried, but then we bring it down because there's nothing to add it to. So the answer to 3.2 plus 7.54 is 10.74, or 10 and 74 hundredths. Subtraction is the same exact way. In this example, we have 10.5 minus 1.74. So lining up the decimals, keep your place values in line as well. You will have a trailing 0. You cannot take 4 away from nothing. So you'll put that trailing 0 in as shown in this second box so that you can subtract like we would always subtract while keeping your decimals in line. Here you see how they have borrowed from next door because we cannot take 4 from 0. So this becomes a 10 and the 5 becomes a 4. 10 minus 4 is 6. We have to borrow again from next door because we cannot take 7 away from 4. So when we borrow, the 0 and the 1 are crossed out because this becomes a 9, this becomes a 0. 14 is now our new tenths digit. 14 minus 7 is 7. 9 minus 1 is 8. We've already taken care of that 1. So our answer results in 8.76, or 8 and 76 hundredths. In this final example, again, showing the standard algorithm, Molly Bell, a Jersey cow, weighs 1,375 and 28 hundredths pounds. Trotting Turkey weighs 21 and 8 tenths pounds. Prissy the pig weighs 187 and 36 hundredths pounds, and Jessie, a Palomino horse, weighs 1,136 and 4 tenths pounds. If Molly Bell and Trotting Turkey ride in one trailer, and Prissy the pig and Jessie ride in another trailer, which trailer is hauling more weight? How much more weight is the trailer carrying? So we have 2 questions to answer, but 3 things to do to answer those questions. So we have to set up Molly Bell and Trotting Turkey and add their weight. Then we add up Jessie and Prissy the pig and add their weight. That is why this is in parentheses. Then we will subtract to compare the weight. So we have a trailing 0 that's put in. Notice your decimals are lined up before the numbers are added. Same thing with Jessie and Prissy the pig. Go ahead and put that trailing 0 in until you're comfortable with it not being there. But you'll always need it when you subtract. Okay? So now we have 1397 and 8 hundredths of a pound, 1,323 and 76 hundredths of a pound. We are going to subtract those 2 to compare how much more weight the trailer is carrying. So when we do that, we have no trailing zeros, and we get 73.32, or 73 and 32 hundredths of a pound. We have answered both questions. This one is hauling more weight, and we have compared the 2 to see that this is the difference between the heavier and the lighter trailer.